Hey, what's up everyone? Crazy Dentist here with another Northgard video on this channel. Today with another patch note review. We have the 16th of December. 2 days ago, Shiro updated the game with the new balance patch 5, with quite a few changes to the game and the different clans in the means of balancing the game out a little bit. If they succeeded with it, I guess that leaves for everyone to decide right now, but we're going over the changes here. And yeah, you can make your own pictures about it. I'm gonna leave my 2 cents here also about the changes, what I think about them and if they will work. Yeah, I hope you will enjoy the video. We're gonna jump right into the patch notes and yeah, let's go. And here we are right in it on the new Northgard patch note site. I think it's on northgard.net, so they have their own website for it right now. I think it's pretty nice. You can see all the old patch notes right there. I don't want to go back right now, but it's a pretty neat site to check out the old patch notes in case you're interested. But today it's all about the balancing patch 5 of December 2020. Like I said before, like 2 days ago it were released. If you didn't have the chance to check it out, I would definitely do it right now. There are quite a few interesting changes here, and the bolt we can see here in the background, the lightning bolt, is going straight into the base of the bear clan. That much I can say you. So yeah, let's just jump straight in and see what the changes are actually bringing. With the coldest of seasons beginning to descend upon Northgard, has winter festivals sprung to life once again. But the bitter cold winds, snow and perilous winters are not all that awaits us, as a number of huge changes to the plethora of clans vying for conquest have also arrived with the balance update number 5. So yeah, check out what's new below, and I guess we're gonna do just that. Starting in with the general gameplay changes. We start with the shield bearers getting a defense debuff from 8 resistance to 7 resistance. The shield bearers, definitely a quite strong unit. I think the bear clan is one of the clans that mostly uses them, and there we are already going into what I said at the start. There are quite a few little changes to the bear clan, what definitely will nerf them. I'm not all too sure how much it will actually, since I didn't have the chance to play the bear clan up until now, but definitely gonna have a try there. And I think the shield bearer debuff is hitting the bear clan the most of all the clans, because the bear clan is obviously taking advantage of the shield bearers most of their games. And this little resistance change can, yeah, go quite a long way, especially for the shield bearers there. So yeah, gotta be interesting how it plays out. But I feel like it could be a kind of significant change, because changes to resistance are usually a little bit more impactful than little changes to attack power. Just because how the resistance actually works on Northgard, like it scales basically up. If you already have 20 resistance and you get like 21, it does way less as if you would have 7 resistance and you get 8. Like the more resistance you already have, the more resistance will give you. And I think that's around the numbers where it still makes quite an impact there. So I'm quite interested to see how it will work out in game. So the second thing will be a change to El Drumir, but is the feast relic, I'm pretty sure. Your units regenerate health during a feast. That were basically what the relic did before, but the regen of health went down from 0.05 to 0.03. Not exactly sure what that means. I would say that's like a 3% heal rate per second. We're at 5% heal rate per second before. Like, if somebody knows the exact number there, feel free to just drop it down in the comments. I would read it like they would now heal 3% per second, but it's still a pretty significant heal, but definitely less than before. Like, if you just see it like that, it's 40% nerf basically to the health regen while the feast, when you have the feast relic. It is quite significant, but I guess we just gotta wait it out until we see it in game to see how it performs. I didn't really play Feast Relic all too much myself, like always when I played Goat Clan, which will oftentimes build the Feast Relic. I usually went for a more scouting and then aggressive strategy and didn't really went for the feast relic there. But I know that you can definitely get quite an advantage in late game fights with those feasts and just the unit healing that you will be getting out of it. Now a little bit weaker. Let's see if it's actually strong enough to still hold up for its own. Next thing is a change to the Scabbard of Gram. Your war chief wields the Sword of Gram. Enemies hit by Gram are frozen along with the area around them. Now it gives only 10% attack buff instead of a 50% attack buff. Insignificant in my opinion, like the attack buff is not really what you're looking for with that. And you get 10% defense to the Shield Maiden. Also kind of insignificant. I think, yeah, you want to have more defense on the Shield Maiden because the one thing you really want to watch out for is to keep it alive as long as you possibly can. But I think what is more important is the change that we have right below here. This is the change to the Chilling Aura. Enemies hit by Gram are frozen for now 2 seconds instead of 3, along with the area around them. They are slowed and their attack speed is reduced. So no changes to the slow percentage and the attack speed decrease, but the time that it will work is basically cut by 50%. What is, it's not actually 50%, it's 33%, right? But you know what I mean, it's a pretty significant change again. I don't know, like, if that will be enough to make the relic not work as good in team games. Like, I think it can still work very good there, but also leaves to be must be seen in the games how it's actually played out there. I would say it could definitely nerf it quite a bit, but I don't know if the relic therefore is like instantly not usable anymore. I still think the people will still go for the Scabbard of Gram regardless, even though they have a little bit less time on the freeze there. But in combination with the Shield Bearer buff, this could end up being quite significant. Like, we will see it in game. I'm definitely gonna try it out, the Scabbard of Gram, and try to make it work there. I still think you can do quite something with it, but I just am not too sure how it now works with the Shield Bearers, like in team games, especially in 3v3s. If you hit like 50 warriors with the Scabbard of Gram, obviously it's still gonna work pretty good. But the question is the army of the Bear Clan still enough to legitimize that? Because sometimes you even need to cut out the Shield Bearer upgrade. What can then be a little rough, you know? But yeah, leaves to be seen. Definitely hyped to try that out and see if the relic is still usable. So the next changes are made to the Guardian path. The first thing will be a change to Call to Arms. Every 6 months, Homeland sends you 3 instead of 2 militia to help you defend your territory. You can have a maximum of 3 militia in your territory, so that's quite interesting. Gotta say, I can't say too much to the Guardian path, honestly. Like, I think a lot of players, because I never really went for it, just seems to be a little weaker than the other 2 plans. Like the Tactician or the Conqueror path give you way more in a way, and I don't know if you're going for a full defensive build, if this is usually the right thing to do in team games at least, and I play mainly team games in the last time. I can see it working in free-for-all, really bunker down strategies, but yeah, the number of militias were before definitely not enough, and the big but is always that you can't micro the militias. They will just be AI, so they basically just run into their death without you being able to really take advantage of them in most scenarios. But yeah, maybe the higher number can help out there a little bit, but if you lose your militias into 20 warriors, it's still not really gonna work out for you if you can't really make them attack with your army in the same in the same moment, let's say it like that. The second change is to Call to Arms 2. You can now keep 4 to 6 militia in your territory. I think the 4 is meant to be crossed out, so instead of 4 you can have now 6 militias in your territory. And Call to Arms 3, you can have 9 militias instead of 6. The numbers are definitely higher. I think it definitely gotta be seen if yeah, it really depends if you are attacking right when your militias are also attacking, what can sometimes get you in quite dodgy situations, what could be the reason for you losing the fight, what you obviously don't really want to do. But if you just keep the militias alone in the tile and let them fight against the whole army of somebody who's attacking you, it should also not be the most useful thing to happen there. So still not the biggest fan of the Guardian path. Maybe gonna try it out in another free-for-all game where I try to really like bunker down and try to defend my area by going for a lore win or a trade win or something. But for aggressive playstyles, obviously the two other trees will be way more effective, and I don't know if Guardian somehow will find his way into team games. I guess that's one more thing to be seen throughout the next games. Let's see what the... we jumped straight into the clan balancing, because we have quite a few changes to the different clans here, and we're starting right in with the clan of the Lynx. First is a little change to the trackers. They get 55 health and they only cost 25 gold like the first one to recruit. So the recruitment cost went a little bit down. The health change is definitely not all too important, I gotta say. Like, they're still very squishy, they don't have a lot of resistance, and they're gonna be wiped out pretty soon as warriors or shield bearers get the hold of them. Still, shield bearers are the perfect counter for the trackers there. So if you're playing against the bear with the Lynx clan, you really gotta think about going warriors, because you just don't do any damage to shield bearers, and as soon as the bear starts just pulling a few shield bearers into your mass of trackers, you need to start splitting them so they can't bring too many in there. That means you lose out on DPS throughout that time, and yeah, it's just I don't know. It's not really the strongest thing right now. Having done cost a little bit less definitely helps out. You're now having it a little bit easier to get a mass of trackers up. That will most likely help you to get one, maybe two more trackers up in the later games. But yeah, it's still like if you have a shield bearer in, like somebody who plays shield bearers in the other team, you're gonna have quite a problem. And like if you are picking Lynx in a kind of competitive environment, I would say, you will have somebody just picking bear, and then you are pretty much, you have a problem then, let's say like that. Next thing is the Mythical Lore. A lure that attracts mystical beasts. They periodically come in groups, hungry for some food. Each wave cleared increases population. I just realized they come in groups, hungry for some food. They never took food away from me, but whatever. Each wave cleared increases population growth by 5%. Up to 20%. Destroyed if an enemy colonizes the zone. Okay, well, I guess that's not too bad. The problem is that Lynx clan doesn't have good happiness. That's what I oftentimes have as a problem. So the population can grow a little bit quicker, what is nice. You can lose a little bit of army maybe in the front, but the big problem will still be that you don't really have the happiness to have big population going. Like the one thing you can't really do for happiness, there's like one lore that gives you happiness, and that is feeling safe. So you need to upgrade how are the tracker buildings called again? There's also like archery ranges. You gotta upgrade archery ranges. And yeah, I don't know if that's really what you're gonna do with Lynx, because you're not also a very strong gold producer. I already tried out the Mythical Lore in combination with poaching. What will be the next thing here that allows you to sell hunting trophies in the marketplace for the price, like 1.5 hunting trophies, you will get 1 crown. The exact rate is you need to have 75 of the hunting trophies, and then you will get 50 gold at the marketplace. And you always need to have that pack of 75 so you can sell them. The rate is a little bit better, what is pretty nice, but I don't know if it's strong enough. Like the times I tried it out, I never really got treasures in the start or any sheep, so I just had basically a default start. It were pretty hard to get a gold economy running with poaching and the Mythical Lure. Like just trying to kill the enemies there, get the hunting trophies from those animals, and then sell them at the marketplace. I think that's how it should work. but I never got it going quick enough so I could actually have a good army at the point where other clans would have like 12 or 14 warriors pretty easily. I would run around with 8 to 10 trackers, what is definitely not enough. They got a little bit of a buff then, but you also gotta see if you sell all your hunting trophies, it's really hard to pay those hunting trophies for new abilities, what you will get for your trackers or for your cats. It's a double-edged sword and pretty hard to make happen. Maybe you just need a few more hunting trophies for killing stuff, but then there are spawns where you have a lot of wolves and bears where it could be a little bit too strong. It's pretty hard right now. But with poaching, just getting your gold out of poaching, usually have a little bit of a problem with that. In team games, I definitely still prefer just trading. The next thing is feral instincts. Trackers that participated in a mythical animal kill permanently gain +2% attack power and to a maximum of 50% lost on death. It can be pretty insane. Let's be real. Like I had, I don't know if they were full buffed already, but I had trackers already that had 11 base damage, like usually, +12. So that were also with military strategy on there, and a few other units obviously. But 11 plus 12 is definitely no joke. The problem is you need to have them permanently up. That can be a little bit hard to realize, I gotta say. Pretty sure that the bonus also get lost when you get the tracker back into a villager and then back into a tracker. Didn't actually try that out yet, but I'm almost sure that it doesn't work. Well, again, if you have if you think it's different, just put it down in the comments. Would be really interesting to know, but as much as I know, it won't help you right there. The hindering arrows got changed, so the attack speed slow is now 30% and the move speed slow is now 50%, what is pretty good. The problem is oftentimes you're just not gonna have enough trackers to really make it work. I still like the hindering arrows quite a bit because this looks really cool, having army running towards you and they can't really reach you since you shoot them down before they can even head an attack on you. But in team games with shield bearers or something, like, it's not gonna be the most effective thing, because even if you have really strong trackers and your hindering arrows are really doing work right there, a shield bearer most likely will still soak so many shots that just a few other units can get right onto your trackers, and then again they're very squishy and they're most likely gonna die then pretty quickly. But let's see. Definitely don't think that I played the Lynx clan to its full extent right now, because I didn't really play enough of them right now, but I had quite a chance to try them out already, so that's my thoughts on the changes right here. Remains to be seen what might be changing, like not really changing, but what players make out of it. I'm definitely gonna try a little bit more, because I feel the Lynx clan is a really fun clan, but you can do a lot of things with. The problem is all of the things oftentimes are not really as strong as other clans can do it, like for example Snake Clan, Wolf Clan, the aggressive clans that basically fall into the same category as the Lynx Clan, you know. But now we're gonna go for the Ox Clan. The starting advantages of the Ox Clan were your units are tougher, larger and eat more than other clans, and have 10% more attack power and a defense bonus, like before it was 15%. Now it's down to 10%, a little bit of a change there. I guess in the long run it definitely changes a little bit up how useful a big Ox army is. Because oftentimes if the Ox fully focuses on army, you will have armies that are at least similar to the armies your other clans can do. But oftentimes the army were just then a little bit stronger because it were an Ox army. Gotta say that usually if you have equal skilled players, like for example on the Wolf Clan and on the Ox Clan, the Wolf Clan should get more army, definitely. But oftentimes we were seeing good Ox players really getting big armies, and then it felt like, man, that's unfair, the Ox gets an army that's just as big as mine, but it's just a little bit stronger and therefore it beats me. Don't think it's always the case like that. Not 100% sure if the nerf there were really needed. I think the bigger problem for Ox Clan is Thorfinn and how you can take advantage of them. But I gotta be honest, I didn't feel that the Ox clan were all too overpowered in the meta right now. It were definitely a clan to fear. You don't want to let it boom up. But in the early game, it remains vulnerable enough that you are not completely overwhelmed by it and you have no chance to play against it. So yeah, not completely sure if that were needed, but yeah, definitely a change here. Specialized civilian units have a 30% production bonus except Lawmasters. So yeah, that's quite a significant change. Definitely because it's gonna hurt the eco of the Ox clan quite a bit, I think. You're gonna have so many less villagers. When I just think about the first villager that you get onto the wood camp, it will now take a little bit longer to get the next wood camp up, and then it will all take a little bit longer. I think this change might be a little bit more significant as you would think in the first glance, but again, you gotta see in the game. Didn't have a chance to play the Ox clan right now, but I feel like this little change might be a little bit bigger than it seems, but we'll see. Next change is for the Snake clan. We have a change to under pressure. You get plus 0.5 happiness, just as before, and plus 0.5 food for each military unit in a non-allied zone next to or within an enemy territory. I guess most of us know how under pressure works here. This change, I think it's pretty good. It were a little bit weird to have the Snake clan just having a nuts army pretty early into the game, and they just don't have a big problem with it because they just get one food from every single skirmisher that is kind of close to your territory or within your territory. Therefore, I think the change is not too bad. 0.5 is still a pretty good bonus there. It still incentivizes the Snake to be aggressive and do what a Snake should do, in my opinion. But it is not so oppressive that you think, okay, this guy can just attack me all the time and even gets resources out of it, even though it's not really like that. A skirmisher eats more than one food, but they were enough to get pretty insane armies pretty early into the game and just be aggressive with them and even benefit from being aggressive with them. So yeah, I think the change is not even too bad, gotta say. The next change is to the poison, decreases the target attack speed and move speed by 25% for 2 seconds. That will still be enough to make skirmishers one of the best hunter units that are around. You oftentimes still have the units blocking each other like you have with warriors, and I think with skirmishers it's even a little bit worse, I gotta say. I think skirmishers block each other a little bit earlier than warriors would do, because they are just generally a little bit quicker and they don't try to charge, but maybe that's just me. But I think in big fights it will definitely make quite a difference here, and I think it's even yeah, definitely hit on the right spot right here, because the poison of the Snake clan is really strong. The clan was strong before already, and I think that makes the clan now obviously a little bit weaker, and yeah, gonna be interesting to see how that actually plays out in game. Go back to the clan of the bear, and we get a nerf to the very heart of the bear clan, I gotta say, the kindred spirit, and that might actually be the last pling of the lightning bolt that can really hit the bear there pretty hard, because having Kasha, the armored bear, or the shield maiden in an area increases local production by 15%. Not anymore, it's only 10% now. It's still a good buff. Still worth going for it, of course. But were it higher once before, or were it always 15%? I'm just thinking about, were it 20 at some point? Again, leave that in the comments if you know that. It's definitely a hard hit, and I think one of the harshest hit going to the bear clan. But because even if you didn't took advantage of the bonus production, it were really cool to just take one of those units and put it into a tile of a teammate of you that really needs the eco and can really take advantage of it. And yet, not really, like, it's still possible, obviously. It's a little bit weaker, but this might actually be not really the nail in the coffin. I don't think bear will get unplayable by it, but there are so many small nerfs to the bear clan that I feel like it could be having one of its weakest phases right here. But let's be honest, the bear clan since release, as far as I know, never really had a time where it were really weak, you know. So I don't know if that can actually be enough to like make it actually weak. We gotta see in the next weeks and months, but I feel like the Bear Clan will still somehow find a way to still be very effective, because it's just a Bear Clan, man. It's like the cockroach of Northgard. I don't think you can really get it dead. Like it will always find a way to still be effective. Clan of the Stack. Stone cost to build an Altar of Kings is reduced to 5. It gives 3 happiness now and produces fame. Minor change, right? I think it's more or less a minor change. I also didn't play Stack until now. Like, it will all definitely happen pretty soon, and most likely we'll also see videos of that on this channel right here, so stay tuned if you want to, maybe even subscribe, you know. But right now it feels like more like an insignificant change, because a little bit of happiness, obviously that helps you out at the start of the game, that will let you delay your skulls a little bit longer, but in general, it's hard to say. We'll see how it works out. Not too sure if you now go for the lore. I just forgot how it's called. The Altar of Kings lore for the Stack Clan. Does it cost nothing then? I don't know. We'll see. Let's just jump into the next one. Let's say that is just a small buff for the Stack Clan. I don't think it will change all too much. The clan's biggest problem is just it's a little bit too slow now, and I don't know if that will completely save it. Maybe it will. It's not a trash clan right now. You can do quite a bit with it, so maybe this small change can already help it to get a lot stronger there. Clan of the Raven. The mercenaries recruit costs 45, and so the which brings down the total raid cost to 180. Okay. Well, that helps you if you like massed raid, right? If you have like 4 coasts and you just raid, but coming into that state doesn't happen too often, and you oftentimes are playing against opponents that are then building up towers. Like if you play on an equal skill level, they will definitely be ready for you bringing the mercenaries. You can still do some hits that can be pretty hurtful, definitely. Especially if the players don't want to build the towers because they don't want to pay the gold for taxes and everything. But if you just go for 500 and then not raid your opponents just to force out the towers from them, I don't know. I think it's a small change right here. I think it should be a small change. We can definitely see it. It is just one change for the clan here, and it's basically just 20 gold less for an ability what is not massively used by all the players. But yeah, maybe maybe changed a little bit for the greedy Raven play where you just get 500 and try to raid. That might be interesting, but in the end it's 20 gold, you know, like you're printing gold as Raven at that point. I don't know if that 20 will actually make that much of a difference, but maybe it does. We'll see. Let's go to the Dragon Clan. The attack power of Dragon Mans from 13 to 12, and the health from 75 to 70. To be blunt to you, I don't know if how much that actually changes. The Dragonkin's most effective thing is their swirl. Like, yeah, we have the swirl attack. So we're going into that right here. Dragonman sometimes execute a mighty swinging, swirling strike that damages all surrounding enemies, now not every 0.5 seconds. Now it doesn't mean that they will do that every 0.8 seconds. It means it will basically proc your Dragonkin attacks, and then they have a chance that it procs. If it procs, it can't proc for 0.8 seconds. I'm pretty sure that it works like that. Again, if you think I'm wrong here and you have other information, drop it down in the comments. Tell me how it actually works out. But that is how I understand it, and I think that is it can be a quite interesting change there. It's always yeah, pretty rough to balance out the Dragonkin, because if you make them too weak, the Dragon Clan get instantly kind of worthless because it's their only military choice. So yeah, I can't even imagine why they are a little bit careful with nerfing the Dragonkins right there and slowly trying to bring it to other armies level. I gotta say, in early aggression games, aggression team games, especially 3v3s, I didn't feel like dragons are the hugest problem there is around. The biggest problem is that after you killed 8 or 9 Dragonkins, it makes, and there are 6 new. Like you are so quickly with new Dragonkins, and that's mostly not a problem with Dragonkins themselves. The problem is the Dragonkins are, for one Dragonkin, you are definitely stronger than a single warrior. That means you have less villagers getting into army, like if you have 8 or 10 Dragonkins and they can fight with, let's say, 14 to 15 warriors, and they would trade pretty well at least. You only have 10 villagers out in the army. The other clan has 15. So your eco works way more, and on top of that you also have the thralls. So you're just gonna be working your eco in the time you're fighting, and if you trade evenly, you're gonna win because your Dragonkins, your new ones, are gonna be way quicker than the army of your opponent, and that can be a little weird there. I think that's my problem with the Dragon Clan. Maybe I'm misunderstanding that a little bit there, but that is usually what I think is pretty rough with them. But the change might actually hit. We'll see. Christmas. We have Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, by the way. Hey, yeah. Usual Christmas theme decorations on permafrost map. Cool. It's cool. I like that. Always like the Christmas decorations. Bring back decorated trees. What are so? Did they like cause a bug or something? Why don't I get decorated trees? Am I going crazy? Were they never decorated? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? No, let's go to UI changes. Buildings window has been reorganized. Oh yeah, that's true. Pretty hard to get into it after you played Northgard for such a long while than I did. But now it makes a little bit more sense, and I think for new players it's definitely way easier now to find out which building actually does what and which buildings belong into kind of the same category, you know. A new toxicity report system has been implemented, so you can actually report players. Quite interesting system. It stays and falls with how well it's managed, you know. If they are actually if there will happen something when you report. And that remains to be seen. Just gonna wait it out, and yeah, then have a little statement about that as soon that's gone clear. A progression circle has been added above the calendar to show feast duration. Disabled by default. Okay. That's actually quite nice. I think I'm gonna try to use that one or another time. It's disabled for me because it's disabled by default, but I'm definitely gonna have a try there. Like, it sounds quite interesting, and maybe it helps out if it's not at the too annoying part of the screen that it could like screw you up microing or something. But in general, things like pretty cool. A progression circle has been added above the calendar to show the duration before obtaining a new villager. Disabled by default again. I guess for me a pretty good change, because I get housed all the time, and it could help me to realize when I'm just about to get housed there. Guess I'm gonna try it out. Don't know how important that may be for newer players, especially because it's not gonna change a lot. It just helps you to build the house in the very last second before you get a new villager, what usually saves you a little bit of gold, and pretty nice, right? A new pop-up added about community conduct for the first multiplayer connection only. So if you play your first multiplayer game, you're gonna have a little bit of a pop-up with the code of conduct there. I'm not gonna go over it right now. I did on my yesterday's stream, so you can check out the VOD on Twitch if you wanna do so, where I go over that. In general, a pretty good thing. Again, it's also inbound with the report system. It stays and falls with how well it's actually taken care of, so we'll see how it works. In general, obviously a pretty nice thing there. A confirmation bullet has been added to building upgrades. Always feels a little bit weird again since I play Northgard for a long time already. I'm so used to click on the building once. Now you gotta click on the building twice when you upgrade it, what is in general a pretty good thing because you're not gonna misclick as much anymore, like mis-upgrade buildings if you didn't want to upgrade them actually. But yeah, it's a little bit change of habit there. Still think it's a good thing, especially for new players, because just mis-upgrading a building because of a misclick, that is it's pretty heartbreaking, let's say like that. And yeah, pretty cool that it's now added into the game. Hovering over teammates' military path icon shows levels and how much experience they have. Whoa, okay, that's pretty cool. Didn't check that out now, but it's pretty helpful, I guess. Like, you can then check if you want to give your teammate a little bit of military experience, if they just, let's say they're just like 50 military experience away from getting Warcry, and you just decide, okay, I'm not gonna steal the 2 draggers away from them so they can actually reach it. So I think it's a pretty cool change there. It's like the small things, you know, it's the small things. Link to the patch note to the main menu has been actualized. Yeah, that's does it mean that they changed the link? They definitely did that. That's how I got on this website. And they got, like, I don't know if the website is from last time already. Maybe I didn't realize it then and just checked the patch notes somewhere else. But there's an old website for the patch notes of Northgard right now. And it's not like only for patch notes. But yeah, it's still pretty cool, you know. Like it. An anti-aliasing option has been added to Northgard. I don't think I really need that. It's like to smooth up rough edges graphically, I guess. Yeah, I didn't really need that in Northgard, to be honest, but there might be players playing on different resolutions, and it could be quite helpful. So could be cool. For me, it doesn't really change too much, to be honest, but a pretty cool change still. Like, if you have the option, it's definitely pretty nice. And we have general bug fixes. You can't buy Dragon Man anymore if you don't have enough Dragon Essence. I didn't know that were actually a thing, but good that it's gone, to be honest. Drakkar should no longer cross the entire map. I think that might be one of the older bugs, that you can just walk through buildings and through cliffs and everything. I think they could do that, but now they can't anymore, what is cool, of course. And then a minor bug fix on fight trails and F-axis. So yeah, pretty cool. Nice bug fixes right there. And with that, we are already at the end. Let's just read the last text here. I just realized that's also still part of the patch notes. This update will download automatically from Steam. If you have any problems with regards to this update, leave a comment below or contact us at support@shirogames.com, where our support team will do everything they can do to assist, right? Thanks to everyone who has provided feedback and suggestions over the last few months. And of course, a massive thanks to our beta testers. And yeah, we hope that you enjoy this update and have a great holiday season. And yeah, same thing from me to you and to the Shiro team, of course. I hope that you all have great holidays and a start into the new year. You might see a few more videos from me in the next time, because I actually planned to do a few more tutorial videos that quite a few people have been waiting on for a longer time. Definitely long overdue here. I hope that I can make that all happen. I hope that you enjoyed this video right here. If you did so, you might want to consider to leave a like down below. I guess it really helps out, so it would be really nice if you do so. Maybe also subscribe to the channel if you didn't do so yet. Then you're gonna see more Northgard content on this channel. Hope you all have a great rest of the day, and maybe see you back on the next video. Bye bye everyone, have a great one, see ya.